Stripe Atlas versus CorpNet, two major ways to launch a US business in 2025, but which one really delivers? On the left, Stripe Atlas, the global US business formation solution by Stripe. And on the right, CorpNet, your business formation and compliance experts for any company type. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. Okay, before we dive in, here's the big picture. We're comparing these two across a bunch of important fronts: price, who each service is really for, how fast and easy they make company formation, banking and payments hookups, ongoing compliance help, support for international founders, and yeah, those sweet extra perks. Let's see how Stripe Atlas and CorpNet stack up, category by category. So first things first, price. Stripe Atlas charges a tidy flat fee, $500 upfront, and then you're looking at $100 a year for their registered agent. Honestly, it's super transparent and you do get some really nice bonuses: registered agent for that first year, EIN setup, even help with banking. But not gonna lie, compared to most other guys, it's pricier, and you can mainly form a Delaware C Corp or LLC, that's sorta it. Now flip to CorpNet. This is where they come in swinging for penny pinchers. Their base price starts around $79 plus those pesky state fees, and you get to pick from more packages or add-ons. So if you're looking to save, CorpNet definitely gives more flexibility here. Just watch out though, their extras can sneak up on you, and the cheapest plans mean you'll be doing some legwork yourself. But yeah, when it comes to price, CorpNet just straight up wins, not even close. Next up, who are these two really for? Stripe Atlas is super niche in a good way. It's made for tech startups, international founders, and anyone obsessing over Stripe payment features. They've basically optimized Atlas if you want Delaware C Corp, especially if you're dreaming of VC money. Downside: if you're not in that world or want something besides that C Corp LLC package, options are super limited. CorpNet, though, is like the Swiss Army knife for US business formation. It fits small businesses, consultants, freelancers, the works. They do LLCs, corporations, DBAs, and all across every state. Not as startup-y as Stripe, but way more variety. You don't get built-in payment stuff, but you do get a lot more flexibility. You know what? Both are absolute pros for their target crowd. Gotta call this one a tie. Alright, formation speed and just how much of a headache is it? Stripe Atlas is blisteringly fast by comparison, usually just a few business days, all digital, super minimal paperwork, EIN and banking. They've streamlined that right in. The one catch: it's their way or the highway, so no custom setups. CorpNet, on the other hand, goes online too, but lets you do weirder stuff. Maybe your needs are more complex or you want more human help. Sometimes the paperwork is heavier, and honestly, timing depends on your state and what you're filing. It's good, but not as plug-and-play. For speed and pure simplicity, Stripe Atlas is the clear winner. Oh, and here's something cool you might not know. Stripe Atlas has actually helped over 30,000 startups from over 140 countries launch their US businesses. Pretty wild, right? That's some global reach. Banking and payments: this is where Stripe Atlas flexes hard. You literally get bank account hookups with Mercury or SVB, and a Stripe payments account is baked right in. International payouts? Yep. Atlas is genuinely global ready. Only thing is, they work with certain bank partners, and if those change, you might need to pivot. CorpNet does try. They can point you to banks, but it's not integrated and there's no preset payment processor. If you're outside the US, it's more manual work and honestly kind of a pain. Stripe Atlas just dominates this category. Now, compliance and ongoing support. Stripe Atlas covers the basics. Your registered agent is good for a year, they've got legal doc templates, and there's a big founder community. But if you need deep compliance help or advanced consulting, you're mostly on your own. They don't really hold your hand long-term. CorpNet? This is their playground. They've got every compliance add-on you could want: annual filings, business licenses, registered agent, and EIN help. If you want someone to walk you through the minutiae for years, CorpNet's the move. You might spend more if you pile services up, but the support's seriously strong. CorpNet wins this round solidly. Let's talk international founder support. Stripe Atlas was basically invented for this. Doesn't matter where you live, you can get a US company, EIN, and a bank account even if you're not a US resident. Only caveat: certain countries are a no-go, but otherwise it's about as easy as it gets. CorpNet? They'll help international folks too, with more types and more US states, but now you're deep into paperwork and potentially more steps or delays. Not as seamless but more variety. Still, Atlas is just much smoother, especially if you're non-US. Winner, Stripe Atlas. And extra perks? Stripe Atlas gives you access to the Atlas community, startup guides, credits for tools, think AWS, Notion, all that cool stuff. It's very startup nerd focused, great if you want to feel plugged in. One thing missing? Hands-on consulting, but honestly the guides and discounts are insanely appealing. CorpNet offers a business doc library and real human support, call or email, but the resources are more generic. There's education, sure, but definitely not tailored for the tech or startup crowd. In terms of perks and resources, Stripe Atlas runs away with it. So if you look at the scores, you can really see the split. Stripe Atlas is awesome for tech startups, fast setups, payments, and global founders. CorpNet's where you go if you want flexibility, deep compliance help, or if you're just not the startup type. At the end of the day, here's my take. If you want a one-click, no-nonsense way to set up a legit US C Corp, especially if you need Stripe payments or you're registering from outside the US, Stripe Atlas is just unbeatable right now. But if you want all the business options, long-term compliance partners, or run something more local, not the next unicorn, CorpNet makes way more sense. Still feeling stuck on which one's right for you? Let our in-depth reviews and guides make your US company launch 100 times easier. Seriously, save yourself the stress.